These are sidecar outfits designed and used exclusively on Australian speedways.
This is stuntman Clarrie Jones, and in 1984 he set a world record for arriving in the Murray on a motorbike off a 40-metre cliff. The reason? Clarrie Jones is a man who takes a dare seriously.
You know, I was sitting across the other side of the river, skiing, and someone in bed, I said, I might go and jump off that cliff. Go on, and 6 months later I jumped off on there on a motorbike. Yeah, true, I've got a certificate to say I'm sane, so don't look at me like that.
Why do you reckon you can't say no to a dare?
Probably because, you know, you're 6'4" and I'm 4 foot nothing. I've always had to prove to, you know, that I'm as good as the average tall bloke.
Bike number 13, Walker, and sponsored by TAG Trophy Specialist. Here we are for heat number 4. Line up on the line here. They're off. Graham Young's made a good start. Bumped Clarrie Jones right out the way. Walker's flown underneath, but Jones has powered on the power and moodily claimed back that spot. End of their first lap, but they are really wrestling hard out there at the moment. Second place, bike 16 is G Young from D Adams. And Graham Young is really quick. Adams nearly flipped it in for end there on the power. But Young is really going. He's coming in his corner at tremendous speed. Adams is trying real hard. I think Walker's dropped off the pace a bit. Clarrie Jones momentarily pulled back there and he hasn't made up the distance since. But Young has got it really hanging out here. He's very quick, takes out a good win. Adams breathing right down his neck. Walker about 25 to 30 metres back for the third position. Clarrie Jones for fourth, but I don't think the machine's running at its full song. It didn't sound very healthy to come past here.
Well, you know, your gating position, it means a lot. Different tracks vary, but like we've never raced up here, so we really don't know what it's like. But normally, you know, gate 1, 2 is really, you know, good. Some tracks you get in gate 3, 4, like Speedway Park, you're very hard to get out. But you know, generally it's not too bad. As I said, everyone gets a crack at different gates, so it's not too bad.
Getting set for a start in the second heat. There's the tape, they're off and running. And as they go into the corner for the first time, it's Paul Penhaligon from Queensland, but here comes a big run on the outside there from Clarrie Jones, but Paul Penhaligon from Queensland streaks up into TAA corner for the first time. Clarrie Jones right up there with him, but it's Paul Penhaligon out in front from the Australian champion Clarrie Jones. Then back in there behind him we've got Bob Smith, and it's Henry Bishop at the tail of the field. Down the back straight, and look at the Queenslander fly. Paul Penhaligon out in front, and Clarrie Jones going a little bit too wide there, as it looks like the Victorian rider Bob Smith coming up behind him. Oh, what a beautiful line there by Penhaligon, but he really crosses up, but he manages to keep up in front. Down the back straight he goes, and the Queenslander is flying here tonight at Northline. Paul Penhaligon out in front. Behind him we've got from Victoria Bob Smith. Then it's back to Clarrie Jones, and at the rear of the field was number 6 Bob Smith.
You're not looking very happy.
No, they're all, I'm having the same trouble. I've 2 new bikes and I just can't get the gearing right. It's so different from last night. You know, I've gone down 5 teeth in the back, and the motor's got it, I've got it, but we just can't get it to the ground.
Peter Marriage, passenger with Clarrie Jones. It's not very often we talk to the passenger, but obviously he's the man that keeps it all going. What do you think the important part of swinging is, Pete?
Well, the most important part of swinging is getting the gate is the main thing, because the first bloke to the corner is the man who normally wins the race. After that, it's just a matter of keeping drive on the back wheel and pulling the front around the corners to let your back break away so you can get a bit of slide, and then back on the back wheel again to get drive up the straight.
And how long have you actually been carrying out this, what looks like a most dangerous part of racing, Peter?
Well, with Clarrie about 4 to 5 years now, and with a couple of other riders, all up about 8.
This is event 6, heat 6. Oh, and once again the South Australians almost in trouble. Oh, wait a moment, Jones is asking for 2 minutes. Jones is asking for 2 minutes here. He's got a throttle cable locked on. Clarrie Jones has a cable locked on. He's got 2 minutes. Wants the other bike. I'd say he wants the other machine. Throttle cable is locked on. Fenimore goes around to give them the message. Clarrie Jones, one of the top performers in the country, says that he might be okay. They've got it unhitched, but out came the other machine. By gee, this bloke's professional. Yes, he's happy. He's happy. He's got control of it. He doesn't need the other machine, but it was quick and lively brought out for him, and that's well within the 2 minutes. But Jonesy might well trade machines here. Here he goes. Up he comes. That's professionalism. The Victorians quite determined they'll do something about this title. And it's Clarrie Jones and Kelvin Fenimore of Victoria. That's the pair of them there now. Braddock in the red, Treloar in the blue. Clarrie Jones of Victoria and Kelvin Fenimore in Victoria. And Fenimore's passenger in the program is shown as Geary Rikes. However, it is a young chap named Branch. Now the rider coming up in the white is Clarrie Jones. Jones will go from the two very, very famous combination, this combination of Victorians in the yellow here on the outside. In the yellow is Kelvin Fenimore of Victoria. They're in the 2 and 4. Then we've got Keith Braddock in the red and Gary Treloar representing South Australia. Jones very, very keen to get away. Oh, he's tied up in the tapes there. Jones keen to get away. However, he's clear. Jones is clear now. Away they go this time. Jones broke away well from the start, coming across from the outside too as his Victorian partner Kelvin Fenimore, and they've got a big 5-pointer lined up here now. Fenimore is the leader. Jones will do the protecting here, and coming out after him here is Keith Braddock, but it's Fenimore the Victorian the leader. Fenimore the leader. Kelvin Fenimore leading away here. Clarrie Jones is protecting him as they go down the back. This is great teams riding here. That's Keith Braddock trying to get to him in third place, and at the tail of the field is Treloar, but Fenimore the leader. Fenimore of Victoria, followed there by Clarrie Jones. Jones down tight, up high a little in the middle of the track is Fenimore, but it's Fenimore the leader with Jones doing the covering at the moment and Braddock unable to do much about it. There's Fenimore still leading. Jones comes in there and they cover up the whole of the circuit. Fenimore and Jones of Victoria leading away here from Braddock representing South Australia and Treloar at the tail of the field. But it's Fenimore the leader. Braddock making a last desperate throw here. Jones has got him covered though as they come down to the line. Oh, that's good teams riding. Look at that, the whole track covered. Fenimore of Victoria, Jones of Victoria, Braddock of South Australia.
Everywhere, I guess, former Australian champion and daredevil stuntman Clarrie Jones and Adrian Burns.
Well, from the previous one, 116.92. 116.92. Okay, the Brian Schultz Cup, the first semi-final for car cycle. And we have SA4, Clarrie Jones, passenger Adrian Burns. We have 2, Ryan Bradford, passenger Shane Wade. Victoria 36, Andrew Queen, passenger Dave Carr, and 49, Jim Owen, passenger Ryan Baskin. 3 South Aussies up against the national champion for the Brian Schultz Cup. Looking to move into the line together. Jim Owen stepping his line up to the line there. Andrew Queen out of 4. Ryan Bradford, Shane Wade from 3. We've got Jim Irwin there. Jim Irwin and Brian Baskin. And Clarrie Jones from 1. Okay, looking good for a start. Let's see how they go. Racing. Now, where do they go? The test they like. Clarrie Jones gets the jump again. And down the outside. Andrew Queen, 3 straight goes to the corner. And look at his thunder. Jim Irwin trying to get Clarrie Jones. Mile first. Second, 49, Jim Owens, Brian Masker. Third, Mile Whisker, Brian McLean.
With the jumps over, Clarrie the Clown and former Speedway champion leads the class over to his custom-built Speedway track.
As you know, Benny, you keep your wheel in the middle, throw it as hard as you can. If you do that, you know yourself will get back on the wheel. Good one, Benny. Couldn't have done better myself.
At the end of the lessons, we return to camp to discuss chops, sausages and the future. Do you reckon you could be lured out of retirement for one last big stunt?
My body can't take much more, mate. You know, it's that's what I've got to do is just basically, you know, teach.
Dying? Do you worry about it?
You know, I've been close to death 3 or 4 times, but and some of the things that's happened to me, I should have been dead 10 times. You know. People say, do you believe in God? But I've been on either on the pearly gates many a time or on the pitchfork, I don't know, but someone's got me back. But